Thank you. Well, Derby 150 is one of those milestone derbies you will remember forever, where you watch it, and you may even remember the winner. The other derby we hear a lot about, of course, is the 100th Kentucky Derby back in 1974.
That was another milestone, and WHAS 11 covered Derby 100 big time as your Derby station. So we headed down to our archives here at the station just earlier this month. We found the original film and sent it off to put it into a video format. For the first time since it aired on Channel 11 in 1974, editor Joe Federle helps you as we take you to Saturday, May 4th, 1974.
The traditional beginning to the Derby, even more special, moments before the 100th Run for the Roses. Clear, crisp, and colorful, this WHAS 11 news film has not been seen since it was stored away in our archives after May 1974. Churchill Downs frozen in time, the bugler making the call to the post. The grandstands didn't crowd the spires back then. They were still trimmed in that dark green. Fashionable hats and mint juleps and long lines for women at the bathrooms. Our reporters got the story.
I'm just interested to know how long you've been waiting.
About 35.
How long can you wait?
Not much longer.
This film is a perfect time capsule showcasing what's changed. The traffic, still a problem 50 years ago, but the 70s cars are unmistakable. $10 for parking? That would be a bargain today. Our film also shows Oaks Day 1974. That was a record-breaking year.
We have 42,000 people plus here today. We sold out every printed ticket we have, but everybody can still come up to the gate and pay $5 and come through to the infield, so there's no problem there.
This view shows you how much the infield has changed over the years. Notice there was no turf course yet, and benches were still sitting out. In the infield with the mayhem all around him, this man is all dressed up.
How can you concentrate on your scratch sheet with all this around you?
That's very good. It's pretty hard to.
The royal guest of honor that year, Queen Elizabeth's sister, Princess Margaret. Take a look here. You can see she's getting an escort to the winner's circle by Kentucky Governor Wendell Ford. Not all the conduct on the historic day was fit for royalty. This man became the most famous streaker of 1974. Naked, our cameras caught him jumping over the hedges, running until he was caught. The late WHAS 11 reporter Bud Harbsmeyer knew early on it was going to be a busy day.
Long before the first race was run here at Churchill Downs, people began lining up to get into the infield.
Just like we see today, a huge influx of private jets coming to town, and afterward we even covered the bar scene in Louisville that proudly announced plans to stay open until 6 a.m. It was a race so big in 1974, they baked a cake for it and cut into it first by Kentucky Governor Wendell Ford. At Churchill, the pari-mutuel windows are colorful with reds and greens. And then, of course, the hats. Red roses and feathers were in for the Centennial Derby, some so big they bump right into other people. One lady with a smaller hat seems to say cheers to Derby 100. Others are just as content to take a nap on the famous grounds. One of the things that struck us is the back of the grandstands. You can't see this shot anymore. It's all built out to where the new paddock stands. You can see why it's called the greatest 2 minutes in sports.
And they're off, and what a sight it is with that wall-to-wall horses.
But maybe the most special part of the film to us is WHAS TV and radio legend Cawood Ledford, who called the Derby in year 100 exclusively for WHAS TV. This hasn't been seen in decades.
We come to the wire, and Kennedy wins it by 2 lengths. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the way I saw this 100th Run for the Roses.
Well, you gotta love Cawood's call, and $5 for the infield.
$10 to park? I think we were nice to the people when we said they were taking a nap. They might have a little too much in the sun. By the way, here's the film canister we're talking about. Yes,
it really was on film.
The old film days, and we want to thank our folks at WHAS 11 getting it developed so quick, including Joe Federle, who found it in our
Yeah, he's been
archives.
working hard. That's for sure.